Hey fellas, welcome back to Coach Ali's Corner. I am your host and your coach, Hassan Ali, as always. Just wrapping up a show with O'Shea Duke Jackson in the Hall of Game. Shout out to Brother O'Shea for always having me on. If you don't know, I am a panelist on a series called the Hall of Game, where we talk about business and helping brothers get their credit together, multiple sources of income, just trying to help brothers become their best selves in their financial lives and helping them become self-employed. Or if you want to climb up the corporate ladder, we help brothers do that as well. And this past segment, we were just talking about having a 30-day reserve plan in your arsenal. And when we were talking about that, and we were talking about how brothers do not have at least $500 saved up in their savings account if something were to happen. When you have these emergency funding, you can that would allow you to have access to funds to when, let's say someone gets sick, or you get hurt, or you end up losing a job. You can use those funds to help you survive. And realize something when I say this is that nobody is going to save you. If you think about the pandemic that we're going through right now, everyone's losing their minds because their security is gone. The jobs are gone. The benefits are about to run out. And you're going to hear me say this multiple times in multiple videos. But again, we have to put the emphasis on no one's going to save you, brothers. You have no bailout whatsoever. And so we're trying to get brothers in the habit of putting money away, stacking food. Do you have a month's worth of food stacked up in your pantry so in case you lose a job and you and your family can eat? These are things that are so imperative to your survival because what are the basic needs? Food, shelter, water, clothing, protection are your basic five. And so when we talked about these things, we didn't get a lot of viewerships. We didn't get a lot of viewership on that particular stream. But it kind of went off in my head that it's not important to us for some reason. It's important that we find ways to have fun and to be around women and to puff our chest out. But again, with the times that are uncertain right now, you should be stacking all your chips, getting all your weaponry, stacking all your food, because you never know what's going to happen in the next 6 months. And so again, when I say that no one's going to save you, that should be an alarm in your brain saying I have to preserve myself, because self-preservation is what's the key element to survival. And so when I say all of that, we have to think about what's imperative in our lives right now. And I'm going to ask again, do you have food stashed? Do you have an excess of account where you can have up to at least hopefully a month of bills that can be covered if something were to happen? These things are so imperative that we don't think about why it's important to have these things. And so if something were to happen to you, what are you going to do? I asked this question on O'Shea's channel where I talked about it, where when a brother gets slain in the streets, whether by a cop or a gangbanger or just a sheer accident that's of something happening, and how many families do you see on GoFundMe trying to raise money to collect to bury them properly or to give them a cremation? I don't know where you guys are from, but here in Michigan, a cremation costs anywhere, I would say, on the cheap end, $600. And so if you have $600 to take care of yourself, if you were to perish, that's kind of alarming. And so for a lot of us folks who maybe grew up in poverty, may still be in poverty, we have this mindset we always have to live for the moment. But sometimes you have to think 6 months ahead of time, a year ahead of time, 2 years ahead of time, saying, do I have enough secure so my family and myself can move on if something were to happen? So we're not going to GoFundMe. Do we have enough streams of income where if our parents were to go sick, we could hire an aide to be with them, or some kind of plan in place so you don't have to quit your job to take care of your parents? Think about that for a minute. And again, I'm not harping on this as a do this or else. This is all up to you. I would say an emergency fund is one of the most important things that you can invest in because you don't know what's certain out there and who's going to be able to supply security for you but you. Secure your home, secure your food, secure your protection, secure your clothing, and you should be all right. Again, we don't know, well, let's say for the sake of the video, we don't know what's going to be for certain in these next few months, especially if we get another wave of the virus popping up here. So let's think about what we need to do in order to game plan, because if we don't save up now and we have the same problems we have during the wintertime, it's going to be a long winter. Make sure you like the video, share, and subscribe. Thank you for stopping at Coach Ali's Corner as always. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let's have a conversation about it. And as always, Coach Ali out. Appreciate you. Take care.